A personal grudge. A great heatwave had hit the island of Sodor, making work for both people and engines a trial. The workmen had their sleeves rolled up and water containers at hand, but with the heat came a vile temper. A careless workman had forgotten to bring the water dispenser that the manager had asked him to bring, and it led to a quarrel. But with a long and loud toot of her horn, Mavis broke it up.
Goodness, this weather's gotten everyone in a foul mood. If this dreadful heat keeps up, I think my engine might warp.
I'm not usually one to complain, but this weather is unbearable.
Never mind. Manager wants you to take that load of stone down to Elsbridge. I'm sure you'll get a nice breeze doing that.
That does sound lovely. But you'll be here by yourself for a while now, won't you?
I'll manage until you return. Don't worry about me.
Well, if you say so.
Mavis watched enviously as the old tram engine trundled away with his train. Toby haggardly waited at the crossing, while his crew tried to help a lorry stuck in between the gates. But the trucks were looking forward to a nice breeze and were cross that they had to wait for one. The humidity didn't help matters either, and they were becoming impatient. Finally, the lorry was pushed over to the other side of the crossing, and Toby was on his way again. Only a few seconds had passed before one of the trucks heard Toby's driver say that they would need to stop and fill up on more water for the journey. Another stop was the last thing the trucks wanted, so they made a plan. Once at the water tower before the bridge, Toby was still moving, but going slow enough for the driver and fireman to hop out of his cab. The trucks seized the opportunity and used all of their weight against him. Everything seemed to happen at once.
No, no, no! Oh dear. Oh dear.
Toby's crew witnessed the accident and called for help. Soon, Duck arrived with the breakdown train, and Percy came to take the stone away.
Never mind, Toby. The accident wasn't your fault. Could happen to the best of us.
Thank you, Duck. But I'm more worried about my wooden planks going rotten, and I thought the sun was unpleasant.
But that wasn't his only concern. He knew that Mavis was not going to like hearing that he'd be out of commission for a while.
There's no way I can possibly manage all this work by myself.
Never mind, Mavis. The Fat Controller's sending a new engine here to help. His name is Joseph. He should be here within a few days. Till then, you'll have to manage by yourself, I'm afraid.
Mavis didn't like that. Days passed, and Mavis eventually woke up to an unfamiliar whistle.
That must be the help.
Mavis waited with anticipation. But as she saw the engine come from around the bend, she noticed a neutral expression quickly fade into an angry one. He stopped and started to reverse out of the quarry. Mavis roared into life and quickly rolled after the newcomer.
Where are you going?
The newcomer didn't reply. He just kept on going, leaving a frustrated Mavis far behind.
Oh, fine. Just you wait till manager hears about this.
And indeed he did. Before he could reach the level crossing, the manager phoned the signalman. The gates were shut, and he had no choice but to go back to the quarry. Now Joseph didn't mind the work, but something about Mavis's design gave him an uneasy feeling, something he hadn't felt in a long time. When he returned, he found Mavis shunting the siding. He slowly inched closer towards the diesel tram.
Alright, listen very carefully. I'm only here because you apparently don't know how to run a yard by yourself. So you better keep out of my way and let me do my work alone. Understood?
You'd have to be stupid to think one could simply run a yard by themselves. I suppose that's why you ran off down the line.
An insult? I don't respect you enough to take that nonsense from you.
The feeling is mutual.
And before Joseph could reply, she went back to work. It wasn't long before both engines were working hard. But from time to time, Mavis would notice the green saddle tank staring her down. At last, she lost patience.
Do you mind me asking what this hostile attitude is all about?
Yes, I do, and you already know why.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
And didn't I tell you to mind your own business? Disobey me again and I'll report you to the manager like you did to me.
I reported you because you tried to run off. Besides, I'm your superior.
Superior? Please. You skirt-wearing diesels are no more superior than dirty water in an old water column!
This was the last straw for Mavis. She was so infuriated that she blew her horn as loud and as long as she could. There was a long silence. Suddenly, a faint rumbling sound broke the silence.
Hey, shh. What's that noise?
Rock slide!
The manager and the men all scrambled for safety, and the stones hurtled down into the quarry. Mavis looked to her right to see Joseph being piled beneath large stones.
Oh! Joseph!
Mavis watched on helplessly as poor Joseph was buried beneath the stone. She looked all around her and noticed some trucks in pieces, a few injured but thankfully still breathing workmen, and that the exit of the quarry was blocked. She was stuck too, and with no hope of getting out any time soon. A few minutes had passed before the manager trampled through the ocean of stone.
Well, Mavis, it looks like the men won't be able to start cleaning until tomorrow morning. I've hoped you've learned something about controlling your temper. Bad things will eventually happen sooner or later.
I'm sorry, sir.
Some of the workmen offered to take the injured men to the hospital, and the rest went home. Midnight came, and Mavis was stuck there, all alone with Joseph. Silence echoed through the quarry. Mavis felt horrible and thought that Joseph would loathe her even more than he already did before. But to her surprise, it was Joseph that broke the silence.
Mavis, is it?
Yes?
I just wanted to apologize for my behavior today. I feel like this is partially my fault. If I hadn't been so vulgar, we wouldn't be swimming in stones right now.
No, Joseph. If I hadn't let my anger get the better of me, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Right, I guess we're both to blame, eh?
Mavis chuckled too, and he soon came clean about his behaviour.
Mavis, the reason I treated you so poorly is because, well, you see, it was actually your class that replaced my siblings and I. Not only that, but you treated us like scrap. And eventually, all of us except me met the torch. Ever since then, I've had a grudge against your class, and when I saw you, I just flared up. I couldn't get my eyes off you, thinking of what you lot did to us. I'm sorry.
But Joseph, I wasn't there. I never took part in that horrid action. It's not a good feeling, believe me. But we can't control the way this world operates. I am sorry that you've lost your siblings. I have no doubt you were very close with them too.
I was. Thank you for your kind words, Mavis. Friends?
Friends.
Morning came, and by tea time, the workmen had cleared the stone. They hadn't found any serious damage on Mavis, but they noticed a few dents on Joseph that required repairs, so he was put on a flatbed with Percy at the front, ready to take Joseph away. But before he left, who should come trundling their way but a freshly repaired Toby?
Was it Mavis or the quarry that ate you alive?
Oh, it was the latter.
Ah, well, at least you gave it the old engine's try. And by the looks of it, you've done well to keep this place in order.
Joseph. The name's Joseph.
Right. Well then, Joseph, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Hope to see you again soon.
As do I. And farewell, Mavis. It's been a pleasure working with you. Toodles, everyone!
My, he certainly is a happy chap. You must have hit it off instantly, I'm sure.
Oh, like peas and carrots.
But we all know that isn't true, don't we?